guys, so I wanted to make a different kind of video only because I feel like this might help a lot of people. I'm going to be doing a video on how I make cake pops. It's my brother's birthday tomorrow and he is an absolute lover of all things chocolate and cake and desserts and all of that good stuff. So this was my first time trying it, but from the recipes I've seen and from what people have told me that have done this, it's not that hard. So we'll see how it goes. I hope that you guys enjoy this. I know it totally doesn't belong on a beauty channel. If you don't want to watch this because it's not beauty related, I totally understand. But I think this should be really fun, I hope. And hopefully it will give you guys ideas. I thought it would be nice to film too since the holidays are coming up because they can make really nice gifts or make a really nice tray to bring over to someone's house. So without further ado, let's go to my kitchen. Okay, so obviously you need cake, and I just bought the store-bought Duncan Hines, one yellow and one double fudge chocolate. I'm doing an assortment. You can use any kind of cake that is your favorite. Need a piece of styrofoam. This is what I'm going to stick the little pops in and then wrap it up really cute. Some lollipop sticks, which I got at AC Moore. You can also find them at Michael's. Whatever kind of frosting, I'm going to do chocolate with cream cheese, chocolate on chocolate, and vanilla on chocolate. I have another one of these. But again, you could just use whatever frosting that the person likes. And then if you want some kind of sprinkles or decorations, I just have little, I call them jimmies. And then you need your candy melts. And again, you can get these at Michael's or AC Moore. They come in all different colors and flavors. I got these ones. They're kind of like pastels, vanilla flavors. I got peanut butter. And a mixer is not necessary, but I'm going to use it to mix everything. So that is everything that you need, aside from the, what you need for the cakes, but you just read the back of the box or whip it up from scratch if you're Betty Crocker, but I'm not, so I just use the box. Okay, so I'm going to start with the chocolate cake, and because I wanted to do a variety of frostings within it, I'm going to actually split this cake in half, and I'm going to do half chocolate with chocolate on chocolate. So I'm going to do half chocolate cake with chocolate frosting and half chocolate with cream cheese frosting. But you can, if you just want all of the same, just use this whole thing. And basically you want to just stick it in a bowl and crumble it apart. Like I said, you can definitely use your finger. It'd be a little bit easier to just kind of stick in the mixer and let that do all the work, because you ultimately want the cake to be crumbled. Okay. And then we're going to just turn our little mixer on slow. What it's doing, it's just going to get a little crumbly. That's just to break up the cake. And once it's broken up pretty well, we're going to go ahead and add our frosting. Now here is where you can kind of measure by the eye. I'm going to start with the cream cheese. And I've put in maybe about a cup of it and mix that together. You want a consistency that's going to stay together and that's not going to crumble, because you're ultimately forming the balls, the cake balls. So I could already tell that it's going to need a little bit more icing, so I'm going to add a little bit more. Okay, now, like I said, this is where you can get in and get your hands dirty and make the balls yourself, but I'm a little bit neat freakish, and I also am a little OCD. So I'm using an ice cream scoop. I use this for cookies and cupcakes too, just because it gives you the perfect amount, and then everything's gonna be pretty much even. So I'm gonna I just put a piece of wax paper down. I lined a cookie tray. I'm gonna just lightly roll them into little balls. They do not have to be perfect either by any means. Okay, so we're all done, and I got exactly 32 cake pops out of an entire cake. actually out of the entire 2 cakes. So that's kind of just a guesstimate. I think my Pampered Chef ice cream scoop is about 1.5 inches. So if you're using that size, you can expect to get about 32 pops out of 1 full cake. So now these you could tell are already starting to kind of form, whereas these are really a lot softer just because these have been out and the air has hit them. But you could leave them in the refrigerator for an hour, or if you're like me and don't have patience, you can pop them into the freezer for 15 minutes. So that's what I'm gonna do, and I will be back when they come out. Okay, so I took out the first tray. I'm leaving the other ones in there. And now we're gonna melt the chocolate. You wanna do this, you can do it on the stove. It takes, you know, it doesn't really matter, but just to be quick, I'm just gonna do this in the microwave, and I'm gonna go about 30 minutes at a time. I only used about half the bag of the chocolate because I'm not gonna be covering all of them with the chocolate, so I'm just gonna start with a little and then go from there. All right, so as you can see, we have pure chocolatey goodness. And I am going to take a lollipop stick, this right here, and you just want to dip the stick into the chocolate and then into your cake pop, and that will kind of adhere it. And then you want to just obviously dip your cake pop into the melted chocolate. And I'm just kind of using the spoon as a guide just to make sure it all gets covered. Twirl it around and stick it into your styrofoam. Now I'm gonna leave a lot of these plain, but now is definitely the time that you want to decorate them with sprinkles or nuts or whatever toppings. These little pearls, and just sprinkle. Okay, so here they are. They're all done. I ended up using chocolate melted chocolate, peanut butter, and the pastel one. I don't like how that melted, and I'm not a big fan. I don't really think anyone in my family is a big fan of vanilla chocolate, so I only did a few of those just to kind of make the tray look pretty. But here's the finished product. I even got a little creative and decorated with some two-tone, and I'm just gonna show you how I did one of them so that you can see it's actually super, super simple. All I did, just take this one. I'm gonna hold it over this tray so I don't make a mess. I still have a bunch to do, but I just wanted to show you quick. All I did was get a fork and dip it in the peanut butter and kind of just stir it up. And then when you lift the fork, it's gonna kind of drip off. You want most of it to drip off, like the clumpy. And then you kind of just paint it. And because the fork has like separations, you get kind of a funky design. If you have like one of those cake things with the different points, that would actually be a lot easier to do. But the point of it is just, I mean, you can get creative. You could even decorate with a toothpick if you wanted to, but that was just kind of something I figured out to do last minute. So I still have a little bit more to go, but here is where I would start another tray or another styrofoam cube. And I bought some of that clear cellophane that I was just gonna wrap. But now I'm thinking I might just end up putting them in a box and wrapping it and giving it to him. But as you can see, the chocolate has melted very nicely. Hardened very nicely. But I'm actually going to keep these in the refrigerator just to kind of keep them cool and keep them from melting. But there you go. They make really nice gifts. You could even buy individual little clear plastic bags and then get some pretty ribbon and tie them up. These would actually make really nice shower, like baby shower favors. If you know they're having a boy or a girl, you could get the blue or pink chocolate, or even wedding shower favors or wedding favors. I mean, they are a little bit of work, but they're super, super simple. They're just a little bit time consuming. But I think the end result is pretty. I cannot wait to do some red velvet ones. I think I might even make some pumpkin ones with some cream cheese frosting. But they're super fun and different. You guys know I love my cupcakes, but these are just it's nice to, like, if you're going over someone's house instead of just baking cupcakes or something. This is a little bit different. I think it's something everybody will love because everybody loves cake and chocolate. And you don't have to go to Starbucks for them. You could just make them right here in your own kitchen. So I hope you guys enjoyed this.